Happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday. My name is Ubongiwe Dlamini. I'm so excited to be your co-host today. Before we get started, I just want to give you 1 minute to just go back to your groups and just remind everybody that we are live. Tell your prospects, tell your friends, tell friends, tell them that we are live because they cannot miss this opportunity as we journey together and just chat about this giant company that is changing lives, right? I'm going to give you 1 minute so that you just go back to your WhatsApp groups, go back to your prospects and let them know that we are live. We are about to get started. We are live and we are about to get started. We want to make sure that we are starting with everybody on. We don't want to get this train started and have someone miss it in the station. So make sure that your friends are in, make sure that your business partners are in, make sure that your success partners are in, make sure that everybody is in so that we can begin, right? So let's give them 1 minute. Let's give them a minute so that we are making sure that everybody is in here, right? So while we wait for everybody to get on, I just wanted to see exactly where you are online from, right? I am coming from live South Africa, KwaZulu-Natal in Ladysmith, right? That is where I am coming live from. And I just want to see exactly where you are coming from, right? I want to see which country. I see Richard from India, Canada's in the house. Oh my gosh, I see Guyana, Cape Town, Johannesburg. Welcome, Kenya. We see Gauteng, we see Bloemfontein. Welcome, guys. This is my favorite part of the global Zoom, just getting to know where everybody is tuning in from. I see Zambia's in the house. I see Mozambique is in the house. My goodness, I am seeing different parts of South Africa, right? I'm seeing Dubai. Hello, Dubai, the land of money. I see Namibia. I see Peter Marisburg. Congratulations, and welcome, Polokwane. Welcome, Kimberly, South Africa. Nelspruit is in the house. Welcome, Namibia again. Wow, what a flood we are getting from Cape Town. I'm seeing so many people from Cape Town. Welcome. Right, so as you're just telling me where you are coming from, I just want to say congratulations to you for being here. Because look, it's a Wednesday night, and let's be honest, front seat, ready to hear how this company is going to be able to elevate your life. Can I see elevate in the chat section? I want to see who's here, who is ready to get elevated. Because if you are in this call, you are ready to become an investor, or you are ready to become a broker. In whichever way, your life is about to be elevated. I want to see who is ready for that elevation, because let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, good things come to those who are seeking for it, right? If you are in this call and you are seeking for elevation, it is looking for you as well. So I want to see if there's anyone in this Zoom who is looking for elevation. If there's anyone in this room who is looking, to buy houses cash. Who's anyone in this room, in this Zoom, who's looking, to change their address? If there's anybody in this Zoom who's looking to buy, assets, who's looking for any kind of elevation in their lives, if you are in this Zoom, I want you to say that it's you, right? I want you to say it is you. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something about myself. My name is Ubongiwe Dlamini. I am a mom of 3 beautiful babies, and I am a legacy builder. And I'm a first generation multimillionaire in my family because of QZ Asset Management, right? I've been in corporate for a very long time, so I've always been a first generation millionaire. But let me tell you something, right? I'm a brand new director with QZ asset management, this means that I have been making not just 1 million, not just 2 million, but I've made multi-millions because of this opportunity. So as of this morning, I am a first generation multi-millionaire in my family. I am so excited. I don't know what it means for you, but for me, it means that my family has been elevated, right? It means that my dreams have been elevated, right? What did I do? I looked at this opportunity just like how you have been invited. Give high five to the person that invited you into this call, because ladies and gentlemen, they have given you a vehicle that can take you to the elevation that I'm talking about, right? They have given you a vehicle to take you to the elevation. Whatever it is that you are looking for, it is looking for you. Well, if you are on this call and you are looking to be the first generation anything in your family, guess what? It is looking for you as well, right? So I got invited on this call just like you and me, and I looked at this information and it made sense. So what am I saying? I'm saying that you are on this call, sit in front seat, and every little bit of information that you are about to receive is, number one, it's a verifiable. Number two, it is first-hand information that you can take and you can use to elevate, that you can take and you can use it as a pill for whatever headache it is in your life, right? So the information that you're about to get is first grade, and every single information that you are about to receive today, you can take it and you can use it as you wish. When I got this information, it was a pill for my credit status in my family. When I got this information, it was a pill for my financial status. I wanted to change so many things, so I took it. The headache in my life was my finances. I was looking for something that could ensure that my daughter starts going to the best university, that I start changing addresses, right? That I start being able to walk into a shop and purchase things, not looking at the price, but because I need them and I want them, right? That was the headache. That was the headache that I had. And this opportunity was the pill that I need. So I don't know why you are on this call today, but I'm telling you, you are about to get firsthand information that is a pill to whatever it is that is a headache in your life, right? So I am not here by myself. I'm here with a co-host who has first-hand information, who's going to show you exactly what it is that I'm talking about. But before I present my co-host to you, let me play a 2-minute video that just outlines who QZ Asset Management is, that gives a small breakdown exactly why we are gathered here today and why we are so excited about this opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, humor me for 2 minutes as I play this information video about QZ Asset Management.
For more than 10 years, we at QZ Asset Management have managed our clients' wealth and served them as trusted and holistic advisors. In all we do, we are inspired by our purpose, creating value beyond wealth. QZ Asset Management is present in over 8 countries and more than 30 locations. Headquartered in Guangzhou, China, we are licensed and regulated by the Asset Management Association of China. With a client-centric approach, we manage over 50 billion yuan on behalf of our institutional and private clients. Through our proprietary and award-winning fintech solution, the QZ Big Data and Artificial Intelligence, BDAI Analytics, we have consistently achieved strong growth momentum in all market conditions. Deploying our BDAI technology with a robust risk management approach in both direct equities trading and stock indices allows us to achieve our primary objective of generating momentous growth in a sustainable manner. The market-leading BDAI analytics program processes billions of market trading data in milliseconds with an ultra-high adoption rate under any market situation. QZ Asset Management is spearheaded by CEO Professor Blake Yeung, who holds a doctorate in economics from the London School of Economics and Chartered Financial Analyst Level 3 qualification. In 2012, he was lead investment analyst at top UK firm Blue Bay Asset Management before joining American quantitative fund 2 Sigma, where he was responsible for the research and development of artificial intelligence technology between 2013 and 2016. In 2016, Blake joined QZ Asset Management as CEO to lead the research and development of BDAI technology, long-term strategic planning, and overall decision-making. Driven by his innovative and methodical approach, QZ Asset Management grew a remarkable 2,000% over 6 years, and he was awarded a Pioneer in Finance Award at the Shanghai FinTech Summit in 2019. At QZ Asset Management, we celebrate and enable you to be impactful, to be entrepreneurial, to be empowered, and to create value beyond wealth. Grow your wealth and achieve your financial aspirations together with QZ Asset Management, because what matters to you matters to us.
Thank you so much. And that wraps out our short video explaining exactly who QZ Asset Management is and where we have been, what it's about, right? So ladies and gentlemen, I just want to invite you right now to make sure that you've got your notepad and you are ready to take all questions down, because we are now about to unpack exactly what you've just heard step by step, right? Now, my co-host who is going to be doing the honors is a woman who's more than qualified to be able to take you through the information that QZ Asset Management is, right? She is a mom and she's a legacy builder, a multi-business owner, and a trader by profession. So this means that she's always looking for opportunities that are aligning with who she is, right? Who is she? She is a woman who's always looking for ways to elevate her family, right? When we got started, we all agreed that you are here because you are wanting to get elevated, right? So this is a woman that I really trust how she does business. She does business in a very principled way. She is a director with QZ Asset Management, which is the top rank that the business has to offer. What does this mean? It means that she's more than qualified to be able to show you exactly how QZ Asset Management, you can take it and use it as an elevation in whichever area in your life that you need it to be, right? So without wasting any more time, Bongi Bengu, are you on the line? Please join us and take it away, my leader.
Yes, I am absolutely on the line, and the internet and load shedding are playing with me, but devil is a liar. We've made it. Ladies and gentlemen, before I even get into it, can we just give some triple eights to Bongiwe? Congratulations for being one of our newest directors. What an epic moment. Yes, can we get those triple eights? Let me tell you, reaching the rank of director means you have literally reached a point of no return when it comes to achieving financial freedom. And for those of you that are guests tonight and you are confused, what does it mean to be a director? We definitely are going to get into it as I go through the presentation. Okay, so as Ubongiwe has said, my name is Bongi Pengu. I am a mom, I am a trader, and I am a proud full-time network marketer. And 5 months ago, when I saw this opportunity, there were just 3 things that spoke to me. There were 3 things that said, Bongi, get out of your semi-retirement in network marketing and stand on top of the mountain and preach and preach and preach about QZ Asset Management. Number 1, for me, being a network marketer and being someone that is always looking for opportunities, the credibility was so important, because we have had opportunities come and go. We have had opportunities, disappoint us, and some of them not willingly, but because their business models just did not stand the test of time. So for me, the credibility of this company was very key. Being able to verify who they say they are, and they do what they say they do. The second thing was longevity, okay? Now, I know oftentimes we get excited, by opportunities that are new, because we want to position ourselves. We want to be the first guys that are pioneering and taking this to the market. But having the opportunity to partner with a company that has a track record carried so much weight. And that is what QZ Asset Management, ticked a second box for me. And of course, the third thing, I love my time. I love my freedom. I'm a mom, and I am a trader. And, the direct selling industry has allowed me to fire my boss. So time freedom was absolutely important for me. And one of the things we don't share, as individuals who trade, is the fact that less than 5% of traders are actually profitable. So this is something that requires your time, it requires skill. So QZ Asset Management basically gave us the perfect recipe, that said, listen, we're going to allow you to make money from the biggest and the largest financial markets, but it's not going to require time and it's not going to require your skill, because we are integrating the beauty of technology. So when I saw all these 3 things, I was like, I am in, sign me up. So let's go through this opportunity and what it is about. Okay, so the company is QZ Asset Management. Of course, the QZ is an abbreviation for Kianzi, that is the company name. And asset management actually tells us what the company does. They manage your financial assets on your behalf. Okay, so I want you to think, traditional investment companies that we know, in my country, we've got the Sanlams, we've got the Old Mutuals, and so these are companies, that employ fund managers who say, listen, allow us to take care of your funds, leave it with us for a couple of years. And of course, we will find ways to grow this. And they do this in various ways. Now, in the case of QZ Asset Management, their primary focus is on trading the financial stock markets. Now, you're going to notice that there are 5 countries listed in this on the slide. We've got China, Hong Kong, Japan, Malaysia, and of course, we have South Africa that was just added a few months ago. And that is because primarily this company has been operating in China, and we'll get into more detail about that. But ladies and gentlemen, in January this year, we celebrated the first regional office outside of the Asian markets actually opening up. And of course, South Africa has made it on the list. Now, it would be irresponsible of me to talk about money, to talk about investment, to talk about the markets, to talk about trading without talking about risk. Okay, so this is our risk disclaimer. Please take a second to take a screenshot, because I am not going to read through it, but it is very important for me to note that I am not a financial advisor, okay? And absolutely nothing on earth exists without risk, okay? So the most important thing is for you to be informed, to make informed decisions, and of course, to do your own due diligence. Okay, so this is the risk disclaimer, screenshot it, and then of course, after the presentation, take the time to read through it in detail. Right, let's get into it. Okay, so I mentioned sustainability, I mentioned longevity, I mentioned that this is a company that has a track record. Why? So QZ Asset Management has actually been operating for a good 10 years, okay, a whole decade. Now, that tells you something. We are not dealing here with a newbie. We are dealing here with a Mafiyuzolo. We are dealing here with a company that is well established and that has already proven itself in the industry that it is operating in, okay? So for me, I was very excited, when I found out that not only is this company operating in China, but it's also licensed and regulated within China, okay, by the Asset Management Association of China. So why is that something that would excite me? It's because once you understand how strict the Chinese government is when it comes to regulation, when it comes to companies and businesses that operate within its borders, you will understand the value of this. They will shut down anything that looks or smells like it is doing something that is illegitimate or that is against its regulation. So this for me was very, very, very important. I'm sure we all know, the richest man in China, a gentleman by the name of Jack Ma, okay, owner of Alibaba, classic example. He cannot even enter China right now because the government actually picked up some irregularities in his business dealing. So that is the level of how strict China is when it comes to regulation. Now, QZ Asset Management, a lot of people often ask, Bongi, so if this company has been operating for 10 years, why are we only finding out about it now? Why are we talking about it now? Why is it trending, in the emerging markets and outside of Asia so much, only in the last few months, okay? So that is because in the first 4 years of QZ Asset Management being in operation, their primary focus was only on institutional clients. So that's your big companies, that come in with the millions and the billions, and they just say, listen, we want to diversify, take care of this for us, okay? Then in 2016, of course, when the Chinese government opened up its borders, inviting foreign investors, that is when QZ Asset Management then took the approach of now branching into the retail investor space. Of course, when we're talking retail investors, it's individuals like you and I. We may not have the billions and the millions, but we want access to the methods that the 1% wealthy of the world are using to diversify, okay? They only focused, for their institutional clients and for their retail clients in the Asian Pacific region. Post-COVID, the company then said, all right, we are now ready to go global. And that is when we then came across QZ Asset Management last year. And I also want you to understand that the business models in terms of how they are expanding in the two different regions are different, because last year, when they launched their global expansion plan, they made a very important decision that they will use the word of mouth marketing model, the direct selling model, to expand into other regions. Okay, now with 10 years of managing financial assets, they are currently managing over $8 billion US, okay, when it comes to an asset fund. So that just shows you the weight and the value, that this company possesses. And really what makes them different from every other single asset management company out there, every traditional investment firm out there, is the fact that they have developed their own award-winning fintech solution. They've developed their own technology that gives them that extra edge, that allows them to be more profitable, that allows them to give their clients more lucrative returns. And we'll talk about that as we go into the presentation. So still on the subject of credibility, we spoke about the company being licensed and regulated for the past 10 years in China in AMAC, okay? So this is the registration number. Please screenshot this, okay? screenshot this because I want to give you a little bit of homework, okay? Because we need to practice, being responsible for the information presented to us and doing our own due diligence, okay? So the person that invited you, I actually want you to ask them for the Chinese government website where you can actually input this registration number, and it's going to pull up all the licensing and all the regulatory conditions of QZ Asset Management, okay? So for me, this spoke volumes. When I was able to actually go and verify for myself that yes, indeed, the company has been licensed for 10 years. Yes, they are an asset management company, and okay. Now, over and above that, right, being a company, an investment firm, an asset management company that is in the financial space, I want you right now to think about the bank that you are with, okay? Why did you open that bank account? To be able to do transactions, right? But your bank can also offer you life cover. They can also offer you funeral cover. Are those their products? Absolutely not. Okay, that's why you'll find that, there's a little disclaimer there, underwritten by Hollard or underwritten by another service provider. So that is because, a lot of businesses within the financial space, once they've proven their legitimacy, once they've proven, their track record, they attract strategic partners who say, listen, we want a piece of the pie. So we have certain services that we can offer you, and we want to be affiliated with you. And the exact same thing has happened with QZ Asset Management. They have attracted various strategic partners who've said, listen, your vision and the way that you operate aligns with us. Where can we help? Okay, so they actually have an auditing partner, KPMG. I am sure we know this name. Okay, we've seen it literally in every country. There is a KPMG office. So KPMG is one of the top 4 global auditing firms, and they conduct the auditing for QZ Asset Management every 6 months. They go through their books. So when QZ says, listen, I trade my investors' funds and I grow them through the financial, they will go through every single trade to make sure that everything balances and checks out, okay? And then they have a legal and compliance strategic partner, okay? So Denton's is the legal and compliance partner again, not just, a small company. We're talking another top legal firm, okay? Globally, they also one of the top 4, and they basically take care of the making sure that, QZ Asset Management complies, with certain regulations. Now, understand that every country has its own rules. So as QZ Asset Management is expanding into these regions, they need to make sure that they are doing everything according to whatever regulations and whatever laws exist within their country. And that is the role that Denton's does. Then my absolute favorite, liquidity providers. So one of the questions I had was, now it's great that this company's been around for 10 years, it's great that, I can go and prove that indeed they licensed, they regulated, but I still want to know who is taking care of my money. Because if I hand it over to QZ, how safe is it? And then comes our liquidity providers who said, listen, we want to be your strategic partners. Now, you'll notice something common with these liquidity providers. They are all banks. They are all financial institutions. And what are financial institutions and banks good at? They are good at keeping and holding reserves, okay, of money and making sure it's safe. So we've got JP Morgan Chase, we've got Barclays, we've got the 4 big banks in China, okay? The Bank of China, CITIC Securities, China Construction Bank, and ICBC. What role do they play? The first and most important role that they play is taking care of your money. So when you invest in QZ, okay, now understand all the funds go into a pool, but it doesn't stay with QZ. QZ then hands it over to the liquidity providers to say, listen, I want you to look after this asset fund. So your funds are safely tucked away and distributed amongst these 6 financial institutions. So that is the first thing. So guys, even if, the CEO decided to wake up tomorrow and go on a shopping spree, guess what? It's not going to be with your funds because even he doesn't have access to them. Okay. So I was very happy to know this. Now, the second role that the liquidity providers play. So, QZ says they trade. Now, as a trader, you need a middleman because you cannot just, get into the stock markets and access the stock market. So you need a middleman that will obviously give you access to the stock markets and give you the platform that allows you to facilitate those trades. And that is the role that the liquidity providers play. So as an institutional trader, as a company, that has this huge volume of reserves, of funds that it's trading in the markets, these liquidity providers then ensure that your money is basically doing what you have employed it to do. They make sure that the trades are facilitated. So we said they take care of our money, they keep it safe. Number 2, they make sure that our money is doing what it's supposed to do. And the final thing that the liquidity, he says, listen, I want a piece of this pie, right? Because, management has proven that they have the experience, they've proven that they have the expertise, to be profitable, to generate these amazing returns for their clients. So I also want a piece of the pie. So they actually provide additional liquidity. So what is liquidity? Okay. Simplified, it's buying power. Okay. It's buying power. If I go to a supermarket and I'm buying a loaf of bread, it's probably going to cost me $18. But what does the supermarket buy the same loaf of bread for? They're probably buying it for $10. Why are they able to buy the loaf of bread at half the price that I'm buying it at? Because they are buying in bulk. So they go directly to the supplier and they say, listen, I want 10,000, 20,000 loaves 2 times a day. While Bongi over here is only just buying like 1 loaf of bread. Okay. So the supermarket has what we call buying power, negotiating power, which is why they are able to get better rates. Now, understand that the markets are exactly the same. Okay. It's a negotiation. You are trading against other traders. So your institutional guys, the guys that are coming with the huge volume of funds versus Bongi, who's coming with her $100 or her $200, who has the better chance of profitability? Okay. It's obviously the big guys. And that is exactly the opportunity that these 6 banks take advantage of. They say, listen, you already, trading an $8 billion US, asset fund. Let's add more liquidity to it. Let's top it up and make sure that when this fund goes into the market, it's got that trading power and that opportunity to be more profitable. So, right. Now, in these 2 slides, these 3 slides, I've given you the background of who the company is. I've given you the background in terms of their, credibility, as well as their strategic partners. So let's get into who the driver is, because every vehicle needs a driver. So Professor Blake Yeung is the CEO of QZ Asset Management. Now, very well experienced, very well educated, chartered financial analyst level 3. He has a doctorate in economics. However, he didn't, become a part of QZ from its inception in 2012. He actually only was appointed CEO in 2016. So this is 4 years into the company operating. Why is that so important? It's because, after 4 years of basically, performing like other traditional investment firms out there, QZ Asset Management that said, you've got all these traditional investment companies out there that are doing your 6-7% per annum. How can we actually stand out? How can we be the Coca-Cola of the asset management, fintech industry? How can we be, the KFC of the asset management firm and find our special ingredient that makes us stand out? And then came Professor Blake Yeung, who, over and above the qualifications that he has, actually specializes. His area of specialization is in researching and in developing trading technology. And ladies and gentlemen, we know what technology does. It's 2023. We talk about the fourth industrial revolution, and you know how automation and how technology is replacing humans because it's faster, it's more efficient, it's more accurate, it doesn't get tired. QZ Asset Management discovered this, in 2014, that listen, we need to, in 2016, that we need to incorporate, technology into our asset management firm. So when Professor Blake Yeung actually came, he is the brains behind the technology that we will be speaking about, the technology that has actually seen the company grow its portfolio in the last 6 years by 2,000%. I'm going to repeat that because I want you to start thinking of the numbers. 2,000% growth in the last 6 years. That means QZ Asset Management, by incorporating, the use of trading technology, on average, per annum, has been able to triple their investment. They've been able to give a 333% return year by year by year, versus what our traditional investment firms are doing, a 5-4% per annum. Now, when you are doing amazing things in an industry, when you're causing a disruption, you get recognized, you get noticed. So our CEO has been featured on various magazines, but one that we are very, very proud of, I'm sure you guys will know, the Times Magazine. So he's actually been featured on the Times Magazine of China. And more recently, he's also been featured on a big, massive publication in the US that actually features the top 50 CEOs, and QZ Asset Management was number 10 out of those. Okay, right. Now, let's talk about this technology. I keep talking about this technology. What is it called? It is the big data artificial intelligence. Okay, and we've abbreviated to BDAI. So just know that when we talk about the BDAI, when you see the hashtag trending on people's WhatsApp statuses, on Facebook, we are talking about the automation, the trading technology that you are about to employ to basically make your money work for you. So we are switching this. We are saying, you don't have to, go out there and work for your money. Your money is actually now going to work for you because we are employing the BDAI to do that. So I want us to break this in half. Let's talk AI. Let's talk artificial intelligence, okay? What are we referring to when we're talking artificial intelligence? Simple. We're talking about technology that has been programmed with algorithms, with all these scientific things and equations and whatnot. It's been programmed to basically replace a human being. Okay, so AI says, listen, I want you to relax. You don't have to do, the hard work, the decision making, the execution. I will do it for you. Classic example, guys. We actually have a lot of practical examples of artificial intelligence in our everyday lives. A washing machine. Okay, so a washing machine is actually a form of AI, because what is a washing machine designed to do? A washing machine is designed to replace you. Okay, so now you don't have to soak your clothes and wait for hours and then cry about your back because you've been washing for the whole day. The washing machine has been programmed to literally, with one press of the button, be able to wash, rinse, and practically dry your clothes within 30 minutes. Efficiency, okay? So when we're talking about AI, we are talking about technology that replaces you, that says, relax, I've got this, and I'm going to do it way better than you. So where does big data come in? Okay, now our AI, what it's going to do for you, it says, listen, you are now going into the financial markets. You have to trade. Trading doesn't just happen. You don't just trade, right? You have to do your analysis. You have to understand, how has the market been behaving? Previously, in the last month, in the last week, what is it doing now, before you actually make a decision of what you think it's going to do next. Are you going to buy? Are you going to sell? At which point are you going to buy? At which point are you going to sell? When are you going to get in? When? Those are a lot of decisions to make. So the AI actually does all of that for you. It taps into millions and millions and billions of market sources. It does the analysis for you. It does the extraction of analyzing the market data for you. And it filters through all this information and it makes the decision for you to trade, when to get in, when to get out. What are you doing? You're carrying on with your daily life. Okay, this is not going to interfere with whatever it is you want to pay attention to. Now, why is big data so important? It is important because, let's be honest, right? There are a lot of trading bots and trading systems out there that are automated, that are supposed to do these amazing things. You pay a lot of money for them, and then they disappoint you, they blow your accounts, right? So why does that happen? It's because of how these trading systems do their analysis, okay? So understand, when it comes to trading, there's really just two approaches to analyzing your market. And the big data, artificial, what it does, it uses the best of both types of analysis. It will focus on the technical analysis, but it also focuses on the fundamentals. So all these unforeseen and abnormal activities that happen without you expecting them, it is actually able to pick up on those. So classic example is COVID, right? COVID, we didn't know COVID was going to come. Nobody was prepared for it. It's like a virus, guys. Like, nobody even knows what this virus looks like, okay? But did it affect the markets? Absolutely, because there was a global shutdown. The markets were red. In fact, there are companies that did not make it through, COVID. So as a trader, these are things you need to be able to pay attention to. Now you've got automation that says, I'm going to focus on what's happening on the laptop, with the charts, but I'm also going to be able to tap into these abnormal events so that I've got your back, okay? The war in Russia, okay? Another classic example. We didn't know Russia would be, trading and exchanging bombs right now with Ukraine, but it happened. Did it affect the markets? Absolutely, okay? So that is the beauty of a trading system that uses big data analytics. You know that it's got you covered from all aspects when it comes to the analysis that it does, which is why when we talk about the BDAI, we are not just talking about a trading system, but we are talking about an award-winning, trading system that has taken home awards, that's been recognized, that has accolades because of how amazing and profitable and, the contribution that it's brought to the fintech industry. So 2019, it took home the Shanghai FinTech Leadership Award. Again, it took the Korea Outstanding Contribution to AI Technology. Right. Now, what does the BDAI trade? Okay, because the markets are so broad, they're so vast. There's so many things to trade. There's cryptocurrencies, you've got the Forex, your currencies. I'm trading euro for USD. Then you've got your commodities. And so what does it trade? Because it can't trade it all. It can't be a jack of all trades, right? So it only trades under one category, okay? The category that we call indices. And it only focuses on the S&P 500, okay? Now, what is the S&P 500? It is basically the top 500 publicly listed companies right now in the US. So I want you to imagine, I'm sure we have some iPhone users, on this Zoom, right? Now, iPhone is created by a company called Apple. Imagine owning a share of Apple, one of the biggest technology companies. Like when Apple releases an iPhone, people are literally running to pre-order it. It's already sold out before it even reaches the market. What do you think happens to the share price, the share value of Apple? Okay, now imagine being able to own a share of Apple and being able to trade it and, get some profitability from it, okay? So the S&P 500 says, listen, I actually don't want you to get the best of just one of those companies. I want you to get the best of 500 of them. So you're looking at technology companies like your Apples, like your Microsofts, like your Amazon. You're looking at your financial companies, the big banks, the JP Morgan Chases, the Berkshire Hathaways, healthcare companies. While we were busy focusing on conspiracy theories, guess what was happening to the share price of Pfizer, Johnson's and Johnson's, when they got, that license to develop their vaccine? Their share price was flying high, okay? And traders were making money off of this. Now, you will also be able to tap into it 100% hands-free, because the BDAI will be trading for you the S&P 500, one of the most stable trading instruments, because it basically encompasses all these different companies across various industries, and you will be able to generate from that hands-free. Now, what you are seeing here is a chart that shows you the 5-year trading history. And you'll notice that there's basically 2 lines. There is a blue line, and then we've got the red line. Okay, now the blue line actually represents the actual S&P 500. And you'll notice that, over the 5 years, it's appreciated in value, which is a good thing. But let's zoom in to see what happened in 2019. Boom, there was a dip. What happened in 2020? Boom, there was a dip. Why? Because of COVID, right? Companies, there was a shutdown. So naturally, you're expecting company stocks to do what? To sort of dip, to have a bit of a crash. But as a trader, does that bother you? Absolutely not, because you're making money in both directions. Whether the market is going up, it's going down, you are making money. You're buying, you're selling, you're buying, you're selling, provided you know what you are doing. You've got the skill. But I said, we don't need the skill anymore because we've got the BDAI. So I want you to focus now on the line above that, the red line, because that is now showing us the profitability. How has the BDAI done in the last 5 years? And you will see it has consistently been profitable in the last 5 years. And that is the beauty of technology. Even during a global market crash, when we had COVID, it was still being able to provide profitable results. Now, of course, the company has had a couple of achievements. They get invited to FinTech summits. They've been invited this year already. So this I won't be focusing on too much, because it's just to give you a snapshot, okay, an overview of, listen, we are dealing here with a company that is real, with a company that has added value to the industry that it is in. It is recognized. It is well respected within the Asian region. And now it's saying, listen, we want to take this to the world. So this is in Shanghai 2014 at a FinTech Innovation Forum. Of course, there is our CEO. He was a keynote speaker and panelist, Professor Blake Yeung, and they took home 2 awards. Okay, so the company and the technology, as well as our CEO, with these 2 awards. And then here it's in China, in Guangzhou. Again, another expo that our CEO was able to attend. Over 100,000 visitors. They were journalists from, local and international media. And this is actually a conference that the company hosts. So, where they have their investors and their employees, and they basically share notes that, listen, this is what we do. We want you to know the ins and outs of what you are a part of. This is a graduation ceremony, of course, for the associates that are working within the Asian region, who go through extensive training. This is another expo in Korea that was held in 2019. And I want you to focus on the logos that you see there right at the back on the left-hand side. Of course, we've got QZ Asset Management there, next to, big names in the fintech industry, your IBMs, your Intels. And here, QZ wasn't just invited, but they were also a co-sponsor. And of course, in true QZ Asset Management style, they took home another award. So ladies and gentlemen, again, this is just to show you that we are not dealing here, with a Mafigizolo. We are not dealing here with a company that has just, appeared. We're dealing here with a 10-year-old well cemented company within the fintech industry that is recognized. And they have basically said, we want the whole world, we want the whole globe to now be able to participate in the wealth creation opportunity that we've provided for Asia. So how do you get involved, and how, do you become a part of this amazing journey that we've been a part of in the last 5 months. Now, the first thing I want you to understand, so we've already covered your funds and the fact that how are they protected, okay, when you hand them over to QZ Asset Management. So we already know that there's a phase 1, in terms of making sure your funds are safe. We've got those liquidity providers, right? But there's, a second level of security that we also need. When your funds go to trade, when they and that is has a capital protection scheme where they say, right, now I want to make sure that your capital is safe when it actually goes into the markets. And this is where those liquidity providers come in. So whatever you invest in QZ Asset Management, the company is going to match it. What do I mean? It means if Bongi invests $10,000, when that $10,000 is actually going into the markets to trade, she is going to have a value of $20,000 actually trading. So she will have double the value actually trading in the markets. Okay. If Bongi invests $100, she will actually have the value of $200 going out into the markets to trade for her. Why is this so important? Why is matching and doubling your capital so important? It's because the company has to manage the risk of your trading portfolio. And they do this through something called a stop loss. So I always say that a stop loss for me, it's like a little security mattress, right? If I stand on top of a roof and, a 50-story building and I jump, I'm going to be a pancake, like I'm gone. But if I jump from that 50-story building and you guys have called emergency services and emergency services has ran and they start pulling out, those blow up mattresses and they blow them up. And when I come down, I land on that mattress. It's going to hurt, but I'm probably not going to die. I'm not going to, break a lot of bones. So a stop loss is like that mattress. It's like that mattress that's been blown up. So a stop loss is basically a price point that you can set after your analysis to say, listen, at some point, yes, I am going to have a losing trade. You are going to have a losing trade, even if you are using a trading system. But you can manage how much you lose. You can manage how much you expose to the markets of your portfolio and the losses you are willing to take. That is what a stop loss is. It's like a buffer. So when the market changes direction, boom, it goes against you and it hits that stop loss. Guess what happens? The trade closes automatically. So with the company doubling your capital, it allows them to open up that stop loss to 50% so that, there's a lot of movement for the trade to recover. But also when it hits that stop loss, guess which portion of the capital incurs those losses? It's not your portion of the capital, but it's the capital that's been added by the company. And yours remains safe, it remains intact. This is a contractual obligation that will be detailed in every single contract that you have with QZ Asset Management. Right. Now we know our capital is safe. We know that our capital, is sitting with the liquidity providers. When it goes into the markets, it's still protected. How do we get involved? How much can we actually put in and how much can we get out? So currently we have 2 investment levels. Okay, we've got QZ Basic and we've got QZ Elite. Now, as a QZ Basic investor, it means you are on the lower tier of investors. You are saying, listen, right now, I can only afford to come in with $100 up to a maximum of $900. That is the cutoff point. And what you are going to enjoy every Monday, because Mondays, we don't have Blue Mondays, okay? Because every Monday we are dancing. Every Monday we are earning our profits from the previous week. So as a basic investor, you can look forward to 3.5% every single Monday. Okay. Now, whenever you see AUM, that just means asset under management. Okay. It's basically your capital that you have invested. So 3.5% a week, that's a lot. That's an average of 14% for the month. So we've already beaten the bank. QZ Asset Management, even with the basic investor level, has already beaten the bank. But if you decide that, listen, I've got bigger financial goals. I've got things to achieve that are way bigger than, the category of basic. You can come in as an elite. And this is where you are basically investing a minimum of 1,000 US dollars, and there is no ceiling. So whatever you feel, listen, you want to put into this amazing, profitable concept, you can come in with a minimum of 1,000. There's no ceiling, but I want you to focus on the returns. As an elite, you are basically generating double what the basic investor is generating, because you are making a whopping 7% every Monday. That is 28% per month. Like, how lucrative is elite looking right now? So if you had $100,000, you know that every single Monday you are making a comfortable, $700 hands free, right? Now understand that any amount you invest, it doesn't matter whether you've come in as a basic or you've come in as a, it is protected. It still falls under the capital protection scheme. Now, because our company is full of surprises, right? Now, they shared some news, in February when we were in Bangkok, that boom, the company is getting publicly listed. And they've actually decided to add a promo for elites. And I want to speak about this while we are here on elite. So if you are an existing elite investor with existing elite contracts that are giving you 7% per week, the company is saying, in celebration of the company going publicly listed, between now and August, you can also take advantage of the QZAM Elite package that will be giving you 2% daily. That is 14% every single week. So you're now getting double what the normal Elite is giving you. But the requirement is you first need to have an Elite contract, and you can take a QZAM Elite to the same value. Okay, so that's the current promo that we have running right now. Now, you're earning your 3.5%, you're earning your 7%, and if you've taken the QZAM Elite, you're earning your 14% every week, up until when, okay? Sustainability is key. Every single contract that we have with QZ Asset Management will always give you 4 times what you have put in. So we have an income cap, right? So it doesn't matter which category you fall into, just understand that anything you've put in will always come back 4 times the value. So as a basic investor, you are expecting 400%. How long is that going to take you at 3.5% every week? It's going to take you 114 weeks, right? So it's going to take you 28 months of you earning passively every Monday. If you are an elite investor at 7% every week, how long will it take you to reach your 400%? It's going to take you 57 weeks, okay? It's going to take you 14 months, 1 year and 2 years. But with the current promo of QZAM that's doing 14% per week, it's insane, guys. It's insane. Okay? Because within 200 days, within 6 months, you've reached your 400%. Okay? Now, understand that you can do your withdrawals at any time. As soon as those funds land on a Monday, you can withdraw them as long as you have a minimum of $10. There's a standard withdrawal fee of $5 from QZ to your crypto wallet, and we do use USDT TRC20. You are required to have KYC done because they need to know who the investor is, but also there is no limit to the number of investment contracts that you can have. You can just keep adding them and adding them. In fact, even your Monday profits, you can reinvest those in the form of new investment contracts. Okay. Right. Now, as we wrap up the investment parts, we have a capital redemption. Now, I want to make sure that you understand this because I've noticed that it actually confuses people. The minute your contract is active, you are going to start earning from the following Monday. There's no 3-month or 2-month or 1-month waiting period. If I invest today on a Wednesday, I will earn next week, Monday, pro rata, okay, for whatever the trading days have been from the time that I set up a contract. Who does the capital redemption apply to? The capital redemption applies to the person that is saying, listen, I now want to end my relationship with QZ Asset Management, okay? I would actually like to redeem my capital. I don't care about the profits. I don't care about, the 400%. Right now, I'm in a situation and I just need the capital that I have invested back and my contract ends. So this only applies to that person, okay? Should you request a redemption of your capital, understand there will be penalties, because within the first 90 days, that is the most crucial time. That is when the company needs to recover a lot of the profits that they're already paying out to you, the fees that are going to the liquidity providers. And remember that the minute you come on board, there's commissions being paid out. So you are going to be penalized in the first 90 days. First 30 days, if you redeem your capital, 50% only gets paid out to you. Day 30 to 60, you will get penalized 25%. Okay, that's the penalty. Day 61 to 90, the penalty reduces to 10%. After 90 days, there is no penalty. So the only thing the company will look into is, all right, how much have we paid you from your capital? This is the balance remaining of your capital. Thank you. It's been good having you. And should you wish to come back again, you will have to reinvest from scratch, right? So my conversation with the investor, with the person that is saying, I am just looking for a way to have my money work for me. I just want to find a way to multiply the income that I am generating. The conversation has ended with you, okay? The passive income part of the presentation has ended. Now, the second part of this presentation is what I was celebrating at the beginning of the Zoom when I said, congratulations to our host, congratulations to, all the other directors and EVPs, JVPs and VPs and the people that have decided that, listen, earning every Monday is actually not enough. We want to make money every single day. So that is now the portion of the presentation that I am getting to. This is where you are now going to have to roll up your sleeves and, do not a little bit, but a lot of work. But let me tell you that it is so, so, so worth it. When you have individuals telling you that within 4 months, within 5 months, within 3 months, they are 6-7-figure income earners, it sounds insane. It sounds too good to be true, but the crazy thing is, it is true, because I am one of those people. So the introducing broker program is where the company says, I want you to be compensated. I want you to benefit from the expansion that I want to do. So I'm reaching out to you as an investor and I'm saying, listen, I actually need your help, because you have friends, you've got family members, you've got people that you are talking to every single day. Understand, guys, that we are walking and talking billboards. Every day we're talking. But are we talking about things that pay us? Absolutely not. So QZ Asset Management is saying, start talking about me, start preaching about me, and I'm going to reward you for that whenever you have a client who says, listen, I want in. So you can be an independent broker. And what's in it for you is the company will reward you with 2 bonuses. So they have an affiliate bonus and then they have a binary bonus. So let's talk about the affiliate bonus. The affiliate bonus is basically you being compensated for your direct efforts. So every single investment contract that is activated in your front line directly under you, the company says, boom, we're giving you 10% commission. So Bongi, goes out there and she signs up John. John decides that, listen, I'm investing $10,000. Boom, what's going to happen to Bongi? She gets 10% commission off that. That's $1,000. John decides he's going to add a second contract, another $10,000. What's going to happen to Bongi again? Boom, another 10%, another $1,000. Every Monday, John decides, listen, I'm not going to withdraw my profits. I'm going to reinvest them in additional contracts. So what's happening every Monday? Every Monday in Bongi's wallet, when John keeps reinvesting, those 10% just keep coming in. So every new contract that is activated directly under you, you will earn 10% commission on that. But now John decides that, listen, he's going to tell his friends, and his friends tell their friend. Now there's a whole organization